guys, and welcome back to From a Basement on the Shire, the Brews channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Innis Gunn Blood Red Sky that is rum barrel aged. It's a red beer. It's a Scottish red, which is not like our American saisons. Way different. I do have my beautiful wife with me here as always to help and give feedback.
And I just like to drink the beer.
It's true. I mean, who doesn't, right? But I gotta do this one kind of quick, so I'm gonna jump right into it. Kind of on a time crunch for a couple other things, and I apologize. But so I'm gonna be doing an entire thing of Innis Gunn itself from what I've had. In probably the next video or the one after that.
Within the next week or so, you'll be seeing an all about Innis Gunn kind of review.
Beautiful aroma. You get the red right off the bat. You get the rum off the bat. But the thing about this rum barrel aging is that this rum barrel aging was actually done in Jamaican rum barrels. You don't usually find that done with rum barrel aging too often.
I'm bad at pouring beer. I always get a big headphone.
And honestly, I've only ever had these out of the bottle. I've never poured them, so I actually don't know what the color is.
A true color here. I'll take it up.
It's almost got fruity notes on it.
Let's see. It is very, very dark. I got a really big headphone there. I almost kind of want to...
That is a deep, dark
red
brown.
I'm trying to... There is no... I'm going to actually stop for just a second just so that I can turn some extra lights on this so they can see it.
Sure.
So, I just wanted to give you guys a really close-up look, a little bit better of the color. It's still really...
dark red. Dark red.
Dark red. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's beautiful, though.
And the darkness from that probably mostly comes from the fact that it was done in the Jamaican rum barrels. Jamaican rum, if anyone has had Jamaican rum, is usually very dark, a little bit more sappy, a little bit more sugary. But you definitely get the fruit on the nose too.
I'm going to go ahead and get that flash off for you.
Oh, thank you. So right off, you get that nice Scottish red ale. You definitely get the Jamaican rum in there. You get some of the spices off of the Jamaican rum. Not a lot of spices, but you can definitely tell that it was done in a spiced Jamaican rum.
We have a dog nose.
Hi, dog. You've almost met most of our animals now. Most.
This is Abby.
Hi, Abby.
Yeah.
No
She's
beer for
nervous
me,
because she's not supposed to be in our basement. But our basement door is open. It's delicious. Bless you.
That is really good. I mean, I love Innis Gunn as a company. Again, like I said on the last one, Innis Gunn kind of got me into craft beer with their original rum cask and their original Innis Gunn that wasn't cask. But that's a great beer. I was a little worried when they did it as a red ale rather than your usual, but it still came out really good. I was really impressed with that. So now this, I mean, you definitely get, I don't get the berry in as much of that ripe fruit so much on the tongue. Like, barely at all.
It is,
but it's definitely
much
there in the aroma. It's kind of funny. I mean, that's not me, right?
No, it is. It does. You smell rich fruit.
Yeah.
Maybe like almost cherry.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not on the palate.
No, not at all.
Not even a little.
It's really, really smooth. Innis Gunn has always, except for once, made a really, really smooth drink. I don't want to get too much into the actual company and all of that because I'm going to do that on another show. Any other thoughts on the pre-taste?
It's hard. It's hard for me because I love Innis Gunn as a company, and having had other beers of theirs, she went around this stinker.
That's
the other beers are just, I feel like it suits them. I feel like this suits them. It gives you something new, something a little wow, but it's just a really good beer.
It is.
I wouldn't say it's a spectacular beer. I wouldn't say that it is
it's
unique.
not,
you can...
Yeah, it is. I mean, because you don't find a Scottish red mixed with a Jamaican rum. Or barrel aged in a Jamaican rum, like that's.
And I feel like you can.
But that's
tell.
That's such a beautiful blend.
It is.
And it's funny. Going into stats, I know I always kind of throw those out there. Rate Beer threw it down at an overall of 62. I thought that was kind of harsh. And style at 77. I mean, I feel like the style, to me, that's at least an 87. Because who does that? Nobody does that. Go try and find a Scottish red ale that has been barrel aged in Jamaican rum barrels. Like, you don't see that. Like,
it's a very unusual combination.
Get the barrels from Jamaica, ship them over to Scotland, and then do it. Like, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Then again, you don't get very many microbrews and craft beer from Scotland. So yeah, they rated it as 62 overall, 77 style, 3.3 for 213 reviews. I thought that was kind of low. I mean,
there's vanilla qualities.
There's vanilla and oak.
I picked up quite a bit of vanilla in that sip.
I mean, you do get a hint of vanilla. There is obviously the oak from the oaking. You get more from Jamaican rum than oak on that, though. Just saying. Which has been different when they did oak chips. We'll get into that next episode, or 2 episodes, whatever you're. I don't know. I get to make the schedule. But Beer Advocate, they threw it at an 85. I thought that was definitely more fair. And their reviewers gave it a 379 out of 92 reviews, or ratings rather. I still feel like that's low. I mean, Innis Gunn, like it's a smooth beer. It's not something you can find it in just about any craft store, but I feel like they do.
With that being said, I think there's a good reason for being able to find it at so many of the craft stores, because it is a reliable staple of beer.
Down, please. Hi, dog. Down. Thank you.
It's a reliable staple of beer.
It is. I mean, but it's not really a. I mean,
This is one of those beers that, because we aren't so big on the mass distributed, Bud, Coors, Miller, like all of that, I feel like this
don't give me crap beer.
I feel like Innis Gunn is a good have in the house beer.
And by the way, like, can we talk about Sam Adams for like 3 seconds? 30. Like, they mass produce. Their beer is everywhere, but they're still considered an independent brewing company. Like, yeah, I guess, guys, but like, you're so big, you're so monstrous, and you've got a domination on the distributing industry that your beer's everywhere. Anyway.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can get this at just about any craft store. Really good. It's not one of the best I've had by Innis Gunn. They do have certain seasonals and other older varieties that they've done that I think are better.
I agree. I agree.
But this is definitely one that if you see it, you should pick up and try. By all means.
The Irish is one of my favorites.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, the Irish whiskey cask. When that comes out, I usually buy a case.
Yeah.
It should be coming out soon.
A couple months.
Yeah, a couple months.
Usually February it starts coming out because it comes out
Wait,
of the month.
it's February?
Yeah, for St. Patrick's Day. It's a
they
spring release.
used to start bringing it out in late fall, but yeah, they did change that to more of a spring release.
Of a early spring release. So,
but we'll talk about that one.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you on what we think, what our final thoughts are. Love you, babe.
You too.
Alright, so as far as the final tasting, I finished my final tasting.
Make that me too.
It's still very smooth. It's very beautifully blended as far as how they did the rum barrel aging with Jamaican rum and the red Scotch ale. Is it red Scotch ale? It's a Scottish red ale. It's not a Scotch ale. I'm sorry. But, there is just a touch of creaminess to it almost. It doesn't have that without being a lactose added beer. It also, I think anyway, the rum flavor doesn't really overpower and isn't too acidic. I think they went with a really good. They went with a good barrel rather than just like, yeah, we're gonna stick this Scotch red ale in like, you know, an unspiced or like just a like any old rum barrel. They really did. The pick of the barrel was very good, I think.
I think, me personally, I don't pick up a lot of the rum notes, but I get the spice, and I think that because I know how spiced rum feels, how the it sounds weird to say, but how the flavor feels, those spices give you that rum note without just being like, oh, they took this, they put it in a rum barrel, and so we get rum. It's not so much like a rum note as it is spice that relates to a rum flavor, if that makes sense.
Okay. I mean, I get the rum flavor. I do. So
I understand that it's rum flavor, but to me, I understand that it's rum flavor because I can taste the way a Jamaican spiced rum is. I know
yes.
That sounds confusing, and I'm sorry, but that's how it works in my taste buds. I get a lot of that vanilla on the nose. There's the fruit. Again, we discussed it. The flavor doesn't come through fruity, but it's on the nose enough.
By the way, favorite American rum? Kraken. The Kraken. Black rum. Delicious. Try it.
The bottles are really cool too.
Yeah. The artwork's actually beautiful. But otherwise, I think they did a good job with the beer. I'm still disappointed because I know what they can do otherwise.
That's kind of where I was. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, it's one to keep in the house because it is a good beer. It's not excellent. It's not blow your mind, but it is really good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, take that for what it is.
It's a great beer. It's a great beer. I mean, I have still bought it. I think this is probably, oh gosh, I'm going on like 5 of these now. So I mean, it's still something I rebuy. But it's not the best that they've made. It's not the best that they've had.
It's a 6.8%.
It is 6.8%. Don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Probably didn't. Not much else to say about it. I mean, it's a good beer. I hope you try it, honestly.
Let us know what you think. Like,
let us know what you
try
think.
this, and
you know, maybe you might think it's better because maybe you haven't had what they've had before out, and
maybe this will be your first experience with Innis Gunn, and it makes you fall in love with them like their original, the first Innis Gunn we ever had. Blew me away. I'm so upset that I can never have another one of those ever again.
I still got some empty bottles, and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna review the Innis Gunns. It's gonna be fun, at least for me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, overall Elvin bread, just because I still feel like Rate Beer and Beer Advocate, I feel like everybody there kind of like rated it pretty low. The highest being the 379 from Beer Advocate.
Understood, they have high standards.
I also have high standards for them. I was really stuck, but I'm gonna have to go with a 3.9 Elvin bread because I think they did a really good job with this, but I know they can do better with
a beer.
Their beer. I know their master brewer can do better.
3.8.
3.8. Wow.
I'm a 3.8.
It's the first time she's actually gone less than me, or less than me. Yeah.
Yeah. When you find something you love, it's really, really hard to say. Well, like a brewery. I mean, Innis Gunn, they have done so many amazing beers. So for me, this doesn't rank as high per brewery, and because of that, it gets slightly lower markings. But it's a solid 3.8. Like, it is not. Right. It is 3.8 is not a bad thing.
If I hadn't had their other beers, I'd probably give this like a 4.2. While having their other beers.
I agree. We would probably tie on that one.
Okay. Yeah.
If this was my first experience with Innis Gunn, it would probably be a 4.2. But because I know what they're capable
having their other beers, knowing what they can do,
it changes it. It changes
even
your
with
opinion
their
on
one screw up. That I would actually rate less. I gotta give this one a 3.9. Just because they've done better. On that note, from a basement on the Shire.
Don't drink and drive. Always drink responsibly.
What she said.
See you next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.